I want you today to try something that you may not have done for a while. You may not have done ever. And I want you to sit back, and I want you not to react. I want you to think. And I want you to remove yourself from the scrum, from the crowd, and understand what is happening right now. Read this particular series of data and focus accordingly. Listen to me carefully. Every now and then, sometimes something will happen to you. Some piece of information, some change of course, something critical will happen. And you've got to be able to identify it and understand, oh, I see what this means. Last night, if you watched, and I hope you did, and some will say, oh, I don't watch cable. Because there's a group of folks who love to always say, oh, I don't know anything about that. I've never heard of that. They're very proud of that. I don't watch CNN. I don't watch cable news. I unplugged. I don't know who the Kardashians are. I've never heard of, Bellingcat or whatever. They love to tell you what they don't know. This is antithetical, especially in a world of artificial intelligence. You will never win points with me by telling me what you don't know. There's nothing about that you should be proud about. But last night, CNN became Fox, and Fox has become CNN. Let me say this. First level, first observation, read the instrument. CNN is now Fox. CNN is enjoying the bad boy flavor of Fox. People are talking about CNN. CNN is the talk. Caitlin Collins is the star. Caitlin Collins will be the Tucker Carlson of that particular genre. I'll talk about her in a moment. CNN has become Fox. Fox has become CNN. Next level. This is what's happening in the world of politics. Bobby Kennedy Jr. is disrupting the Democratic Party. You are now seeing the end of the Biden administration. You are seeing the end of this. This has come to an end. That chapter is closed. Last night, two things happened. The reemergence of CNN. This is Zaslav, not Chris Licht. Chris Licht, it's David Zaslav. He's a CNN. He knows what he's doing. We'll break this down because this is professional wrestling at its finest. You're seeing something which is so important. Another new, and I just did three different stories for my private channel. I want to read to you my titles for them. And I want you to listen to me carefully. Because this is what you should be talking about today. Not the usual stuff. But the usual stuff, but with an angle, so to speak. Let me read this to you specifically. Number 1. Tucker Carlson's Twitter show poses real challenges for Elon Musk's advertiser redemption and reconciliation. Number 1. This blows people away. Tucker Carlson has become, to people, many people in the conservative right, whatever you want to call it, this signal of something. I don't know what the word is, but Tucker Carlson is. Remember in Scent of a Woman? Remember the Philip Seymour Hoffman character, the bad prep school. I think it was Scent of a Woman, right? Was it? Remember the bad prep school character? I I think this is when he started yelling, "Hooah!" Yeah, that's it, son of a woman. And he played this kind of a mean, nasty, privileged, always getting out of trouble, doesn't really have a lot of soul. Tucker Carlson. That's Tucker Carlson. He's always been that way. He's been trying his best to negotiate this image that you've bought into. He was very good because he was just a little bit better than the rest of his compatriots at Fox. Just a little bit better. And what happened was they jettisoned him. They got rid of him for a variety of reasons. Not because of what he said, but because of a lot of things. They needed to make some sacrificial show. Plus, the people at Fox didn't particularly care for him. So anyway, so they got rid of him. Now, Tucker starts kind of floating around, taunting you, tantalizing you, teasing you. And you think this is the greatest thing in the world because somehow he is the beacon of truth. He said nothing. He has said the most kind of a generalized nothing. Truth has no place, apparently, in the world of mainstream media because in mainstream media, truth is avoided and blah, blah, blah. You know, whatever. Okay, fine. All these platitudes, kind of a surface level, kind of, you know what I mean, just generalized, platitudinous truisms. Okay, fine. So he hints, I'm going to go on Twitter. Elon Musk is cutthroat. Elon Musk is bottom line. Elon Musk is not your friend. Elon Musk is not here to create this new avenue of speech. Stop that. That's the tagline. That's what he wants you to believe. He's bottom line. He's money. I don't mean money. I mean this. Remember that joke? I screwed that joke up. The joke used to be, a friend of mine, I don't even know how I heard this. He goes, you know why I'm doing this, right? This. Money? No. This. I don't know what this is. So that's that. So now you've got Elon saying, I don't know if I want Tucker. I don't know if anybody wants Tucker because once you get that negative part of it, that we'll get to see it in a moment, but I got to tell you this because this is the first thing I talked about. Once that hits you, once that label hits you, you're stuck with it, whether you want it or not. Let me tell you something. Rush Limbaugh, as great as he was, had the worst sponsors ever. There was this thing called the Do Not Buy list, and it was in I don't know, they may not have it anymore because it's a different world. But it was certain people on radio and media you did not buy from. Bob Grant. Bob Grant was dead and still on that list. Rush Limbaugh, you did not. No big, Chrysler, Lincoln, Mercury, big. No, Coca-Cola, no. It was chainsaws and whatever it was. Even though he was the biggest thing anybody'd ever seen. His numbers were outright. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Now, believe it or not, in his heyday, when Lou Dobbs was on CNN before we started talking about sovereignty and all this other kind of stuff, his numbers were okay. He had more money. He had the best sponsors, the best everything, because of just whatever the reason was. He was great. Forget his numbers. His audience was perfect. Years ago, we used to beat, I was a morning drive on ABC, used to beat Don Imus all the time. 12 plus, but always. He made more money because he had the best advertisers, the best loyalty. The numbers meant nothing. The opposite is true also. Great numbers, lousy ads. So right now, Tucker's like this. Hey, wait a minute. Don't you all want me? I don't know. What do you mean you don't want me? My Twitter just got 50 million. I don't care. What does that mean? What does that mean? If I'm ask Anheuser-Busch how overnight something can happen if you're related to, you get a boycott behind you. Who is going to sign up? If Elon Musk said, look, I want to make Twitter work, and I'm going to bring over, my first one is a person that they call a racist and a this and a that and a whatever. Even though whether it's true or not doesn't even matter. You think he's going to want to do that? No. No. So watch what's happening. I'm going to say something, and I'm going to say it again. Nobody listens to me, but that's okay. I'm used to it. Tucker Carlson does not know what he wants to be when he grows up. Tucker Carlson is trying to find out the image of him. What is he? Is he this blue blood, stuck up Newport guy with the pink pants and the shoes without the socks and the, who went to these boarding schools, and he's Buckley and Huffy and Worthington, Sharpley, Bennington, Carlson the Fourth, and all this nonsense? A world, by the way, which is all but over with. Remember, Lisa Birnbach, who was E. Jean Carroll's friend, she wrote the ultimate book of preppy. Remember when preppies? Nobody knows what a preppy is. What does that mean? Khakis and loafers and all that. Nobody, sweater tied around your neck and all that jazz. Remember that? Okay. That's Lisa Birnbach. That's E. Jean Carroll's friend. Tucker is from that world too. Nobody relates to this anymore. It's a different era. Tucker's trying to figure out who he is. Am I a Christian? Am I a devout Christian? Hey, if you could pull that off, now he's Mr. Devout. Okay, look, if it works, it works. Do I buy this? No. Of course not. He's a kind of a snooty, look, I'm into fly fishing and rugged outdoorsman. You like that? Let me tell you who is the most authentic of that Fox group. Hannity. I've known Hannity for forever. He's exactly the same person. He is exactly what he is. He's legit. If you like him, great. If you don't, great. That's it. He doesn't change. He puts on no airs. He puts on no, if anything, he tones it down. He is so legitimate, so consistent, he knows exactly what he is. I'm telling you. Remember when Howard Stern changed his thing too? Howard Stern went from, I was every man. I'm married to a woman who hates me. My daughters hate me. I live in the basement. I'm a nerd. I'm not liked. My father hates me. I'm like you. I'm you. I'm this miserable guy. Hey, if I can do it, you can do it, and let's work together in this. I'm just everybody loves Raymond, kind of, sort of, before they have it. That's who I am. I'm just this nerdy guy who's a real, picking your nose, kind of a Eddie Haskell, dirty. He was perfect. And then success. And then it became, I'm rich, and I've got the wife, and the this, and the that, and it just can. Rush Limbaugh, he was just, remember that? Condom updates, up and away. Remember that? Homeless up there, ain't got no home. He was funny. And then he became Rush with the cigars. And I'm out playing in West Palm. It happens. I'm telling you. Watch what happens to Tucker. Tucker, I'm telling you, nobody wants him. So you ask, what's the answer? Simple. The model was done by a guy named Alex Jones. Alex Jones, when he started his thing, said, here's my story. This is my platform. These are my products. This is my radio. You want me on your radio show? Fine. I'm on the internet. That's it. whatever. How did they finally get him? Maybe by trying to bankrupt him through lawsuits. Let's see where that goes. Some people say he's got backers, and that's, who knows? I have no idea. That's where Tucker belongs. Nobody on TV. Nobody wants him. You think Dylan Mulvaney will ever get a job? Do you think seriously, do you think so? You think they're going to help? Because remember something. When they use you, they spit you out. You're gone. E. Jean Carroll, see ya. Some Blasey Ford, remember Kavanaugh? See ya. We don't need you anymore. See ya. Oh, you're gone. Dylan, see ya. Leah Thomas, see ya. Gone. We don't need you anymore. We have no, we wanted your story, but we don't want you. We don't care about you. We have no feel. We have no loyalty. There's no connection. There's no heartfelt. You mean nothing to us. You are a demographic. You are a story. That's it. And Tucker, you're going to find out nobody wants you. You've got fans, but they're going to be so tired of you so fast. So you better act quick. And if Murdoch is smart, he will stretch this thing out and make you look kind of crazy. Hey, Tucker, where's that big Twitter thing you said? Elon didn't say anything about that. What about that? Oh, yeah, that's right. Well, where are you going? Nobody wants you? Oh, they want me. Okay, well, hurry up. Don't be gone too long. Okay, that's that. Next, Fox News. Yesterday, I'm driving in the Yugo. It's a stretch with Mrs. L. We got the transistor on, and I'm listening to that Sirius thing. And I'm listening to Fox News, and it was the most god-awful thing you've ever heard in your life. Kennedy, somebody named Kennedy. You know these one-name people, be very careful. One time this cab driver says, "What is your name?" "Lionel." "Lionel what?" I said, Lionel, like Liberace, well, bad example. Elvis. He goes, "Oh, like God." I said, "Yeah, okay." Well, anyway, they had Kennedy and Harris Faulkner, and they were saying nothing. And the worst of the worst of the worst of the worst of the worst. And there's this guy, Gut Bucket, who apparently does some good. He has some comedy chops. He can do his stuff. But this Jesse Waters is the worst. There's nothing there. And he was actually talking about, I'm listening to, Robert De Niro had a baby, E-I-E-I-O, and on that, and somebody in his staff had the hiccups. I mean, this is horrible. What's happening? Fox is CNN. Rupert Murdoch said, "Listen, shareholders, stop. We're getting all our folks back. I got rid of Tucker. He was on the do not buy list. He was famous among his soiree, his contingents, his passels of conservatives, but he was a kiss of death to us. So he's gone. We got rid of him. And all these lawsuits and Dominion and all this stuff, we're done with that stuff. We are done. We're going to be CNN." And then last night I watched CNN for the first time since at least. By the way, I want to see more of these likes. Keep these likes up, folks. Come on, 133 likes. Come on, no. Come on, like the video, like us, subscribe to us. I got to see those likes take off. We need those likes. Got to keep the metrics going, my friends. I hate to be so brutal, so, mercenary, but it's true. I can't help it. So I'm watching this thing last night, and first of all, Caitlin Collins is fantastic. That's your star. She is great. She's a heel. She's a babyface. She's a woman, young, smart as a whip, doesn't come across like some ditz. Absolutely. You know what I'm talking about. She is aces. I don't care whether I agree with her. It doesn't matter. I'm come from the world of professional wrestling. She's the heel. or the baby face, depending upon what you want. She never let Trump up, and Trump respected her. And he said, what did he say? You're a nasty person. God, you did it. You did it. I'll bet you they went backstage and high-fived each other. That was great. This is NWA Wrestling. I'm watching CNN. It's great. Now, I don't know if they did this or not, but they loaded that audience with ringers, one after another. It was all pro-Trump. It was beautiful. Beautiful. CNN is now Fox. And today, the AOC and others, they're going nuts. Jake Tapper couldn't believe what was going on. And Trump, whereas I don't like the way they treated E. Jean Carroll, he said specifically, for the first time, his version of what happened with E. Jean Carroll. And you know what? A lot of people listen to this and say, you know what, I didn't know that. Hey, you got a point there. She came out, I mean, raring for something. She wanted blood. And he said, come on, let's go. And they did it. She's terrific. Oh, she's aces. I'm telling you. You may not like her. I look at her as a product. As professional wrestling, she's a heel. She's wonderful. Good for her. And Trump, magnificent. Were those ringers? Did they line that? There wasn't one negative, even quasi-negative. The crowd was clearly pro-Trump. Or maybe that's America. I don't think so. They could have just as easily made sure that they loaded him up. That's David Zaslav. He's the one behind that. This is the Discover dude, not Chris Licht. Zaslav. He is becoming what Rupert Murdoch and Roger Ailes used to be. Rupert Murdoch says, I've been through this. I just want to make my money. I'm tired of this. I don't want any more. CNN. And they're going crazy today. Lord Pepsi, buenos dias. Grande señor. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, a little dry. Fantastic. Everything is changing. Everything is changing drastically. Do you understand what's happening? Drastically. The world, the politics is drastically. Biden is through. Let me say this again. It's done. Done. This latest, why? I don't know. What's so special right now? I don't know. What's happening? Why is this Romanian oligarch? I don't know. Why is that worse than anything? I don't know. It's the straw that broke the camel's back. That is it. Done. Finished. Say goodbye. Now what happens in the meantime? See what happens. Could be watch. You know they told Gavin Newsom, like I told you, because of Bobby Kennedy Jr. You know this. Here he comes. And he says, I'm against this notion of reparation. What? Oh my God. That's number one. Title 42, they're going to extend that. Watch what happens. It changed. Bobby Kennedy Jr. enters the fray, and he represents this normal. He's talking about transgender athletes. He's talking about borders. He's talking about subjects that everybody might want to discuss, but can't. And he gets away with it because he's Bobby Kennedy. How about that? Huge. Huge. They don't know what to do. The Democrats are, what's going on here? Because listen to what I'm saying. They love Trump. More people than you will ever. There's something about him. His candor, his his forthrightness, whatever you want to call it, they love him. And they love this vibrant. Did you see Dianne Feinstein? Dear God, did you see this poor woman? Oh my God. And Fetterman and Biden. There was a guy named Munt years ago. He was a Republican from South Dakota. I think he had a stroke and stayed out of office for almost 4 years. Was in a hospital and never, he lost his committee positions, but he was a senator. 25th Amendment doesn't apply to this. Oh, this is Democratic donors are thinking, what is going on here? And then last night, CNN. And these people think they own CNN. They think this is their CNN. They think CNN to them is like their childhood home that's been painted purple or something. And people are going back and they're shocked. How dare you? What are you doing? And David Zaslav is thinking, this is fantastic. We're back. We're CNN again. And it took Trump to do it. Do you know what this means? Do you have any idea of what this means? Everything has changed drastically. I can't say it enough. Everything has changed drastically. Fox News is gone. CNN is back. Back. Do you hear me? Fox News is a joke. Tucker Carlson is still trying to say, well, where do I land? Nobody wants you. You only existed within this framework that you thought you didn't need, but you do need them. And you know what? They don't need you. They're going to do just fine. They're going to do better without you because of advertising, because you, as you know, are now on the do not buy list. Do you see what's happening? Do you see what's happening? It's the most incredible thing I've ever seen. It just changed in the past, I don't know. And I haven't even gotten into AI. That's another thing I'm talking about, which I think is I just don't think most people really I don't think they understand it. So I have to find a particular audience for that one. That's the number one issue of mankind. Not just this country, but mankind. I have never seen anything like this. I've never seen anything like this. Nobody is a fan of Biden. Nobody is a fan. There's no Biden MAGA. It doesn't exist. For the longest time, Democrats have had nothing to cheer for. Nothing. Nothing. All they've done is, it's not Trump. Democratic donors are saying, we need something. It just changed. They're in the process right now of figuring, Biden's got to get out. He's going to get ill. He's going to have COVID, something, God forbid. We wish him the well, but something will happen where he figures out, I'm gonna let somebody else, whatever. Carmelita, get rid of her. She is a pariah. It might have been funny then, but it doesn't work anymore. It's going to have to be Gavin Newsom running the show, followed by a Stacey Abrams or something along that. You want a black woman? She's smart, she's intelligent, she knows what she's doing. It changed. And last night, I'm watching this and I'm watching the crowds. Remember, when people are in crowds, they think differently. They think differently, they act differently, they are different. When people are in crowds, they aren't the same. Eliezer Yudkowsky, I was listening, said something very interesting. He says, do you know what a fire alarm is? Do you know what a smoke alarm is, I should say? And people say, yes, that's a device to let you know when perhaps there might be smoke. No, that's not what it is. It's a device that allows you to act a particular way among other people. They've done studies that when somebody's at home and they smell smoke, or see flames or whatever it is. They act differently. When people are together in a group, they don't want to act afraid. They don't want to. They don't want to be the first one to yell, "It's over, let's go." The fire alarm gives them an excuse to say, "Oh, we have to follow the alarm. Come on. I'm not doing this because I'm afraid. I'm doing this because I'm merely following orders." That is something you always have to remember. This is crowd psychology. This is Gustave Le Bon. This is how people think and how people act, not individually, but as a conglomerate. And there are people right now, I'm speaking to you. There are many groups here. First, I'm speaking to you. You might be watching this later. You might be listening to me in your car. You might be in your ears, and you're alone. And you're just listening to me, and I understand this. There are other people right now watching this, and they are watching this live. And then there are other people who are watching this but talking to each other and communicating in real time. The way they think in a group has nothing to do with the way they think individually. And that's what you've got to understand. This is crowd. This is ochlocracy. This is mob crowd psychology, the psychology of the group and how people think. And that's critical to understand when it comes to politics, and it's critical to understand how it is regarding movements and changes and the like. This is so complicated right now. But I'm going to start off with what I said. CNN is now Fox. CNN is, you're going to hear, and let me tell you what Zaslav's going to do. He's going to start letting people know that there's conflict. That there's conflict. You've got the hardliners at CNN who are having a difficult time with these new more conservative apologists, and there's problems, and some you're going to read about some people are leaving. This is great. CNN, what is that? Makes it interesting. I gotta watch this. Caitlin Collins, they should have her advance scripted perfectly what she's going to do. She has restricted tweets, I think, which is very good. Don't let her go on TV. Don't act like this is you've got to play this kayfabe all the way. You are a true blue CNN reporter. You drank the Kool-Aid, whatever it is. You are not some quizzling. You gave Trump the who shot John and the what for, as Gordon Soley would say. That's what's critical. Play this up. Trump right now CNN, I don't know what their overnights were, but the ratings are through the roof. And people like Jake Tapper, he doesn't know what to do. Jake Tapper just saw the writing on the wall. Nobody cares anymore. It's over. And I hate to say this, Tucker, you need a new act. You need a new act. There are some people who swear, "Oh, I love him." That's great. It doesn't work anymore. It doesn't work. Remember what I told you? If you stay away from the gravity too long, and now there's this hesitancy. And Elon, look what Elon did to Matt Taibbi. So I want you to listen to what I'm saying. I want you to focus on what I'm saying. I want you to pay attention, think very carefully, and understand everything changed. 2024 changed. Trump is, I thought he was kind of, oh, no. Anybody, he's back. He may still be. There's so much I personally do not care about his style. Not him as a person, but his style. Doesn't matter. You know who's getting real scared today? Ron DeSantis. He realizes, I'm doomed. I can't do that. Trump is better and better, and he knows his craft. He knows how to be Trump better than anybody else. Last night was the greatest babyface heel matchup ever. It was perfect. And David Zaslav is the genius. He is high-fiving everybody today. You just saw magic. Okay, now listen. Make sure you follow me here I need more likes. 264, that's nice, but we need more likes. Subscribe to the channel. I've got more coming up today. More coming up today. More, what have you. Mrs. L and I have an engagement this evening, so I will not be back at 7 p.m. In the event I get back and I think, you know what, I might jump on maybe later in the evening, make sure you are notified or that you are subscribed to the channel so you'll know of when I'm on again. I have not been this excited. I don't know when. John McGuire couldn't get higher, said it would be interesting to see some heads explode if Trump debated RFK. No, never. RFK has got to stay away from Trump. Stay away from that subject. Stay away. That is a dead end. Do not. Not now. Nobody is clamoring for this now. People kind of want to move on to the next. It's a good idea, John. I know maybe from your point of view, by the way, thank you so much. But no. RFK, do not even acknowledge Trump. Trump, stay away. No. Just watch what happens. Watch what happens. And understand, it's professional wrestling. Babyface and heel, bringing the heat, putting them over, and knowing what the goal is. It's about excitement and entertainment. My friends, thank you. We will see you tomorrow. Again, it might be tonight, so sign up. Always subscribe. We'll see you tomorrow. Same bad time, same bad channel, 8 a.m. Until then, remember, the monkey's dead. The show's over. Sue ya. Da. What happened?